With the gradual decline in the minivan's popularity, the three-row SUV has risen to take its place. Just about everybody makes them, with examples like the Chevy Traverse, Honda Pilot, Subaru Ascent, and Volkswagen Atlas, just to name a few. All of them get the job done, but one of the standouts in this segment is the Hyundai Palisade. It was introduced for 2019 and gets a considerable update for 2023. It has a sibling in the Kia Telluride, which also gets a makeover this year. Let's have a closer look. These updates include new exterior and interior styling cues, upgraded infotainment features, a new steering wheel and instrument cluster, faster wireless charging, and an available camera rearview mirror, among others. Now, of course, none of that would elevate this beast if it didn't have good bones to begin with, and it does. It's a strong performer that's pleasant to drive and with a comfortable interior. And while nothing is exactly cheap in this segment, the Palisade is at least intelligently priced. It comes in 3 trim levels, starting with the 8-passenger Preferred at $47,799. The mid-range Urban comes in at 8-passenger at $52,999, or swaps the second-row bench for captain's chairs for 7-passenger seating for an additional $500. I'm in the top Ultimate Calligraphy, 7-passenger only, and $56,599. That said, Hyundai has a little trick where everything but white paint is an extra $250, including my coat of steel graphite. I can see it for premium pearl colors, but it does seem a bit petty to charge extra for almost everything. With all trim levels, you get such features as an auto-leveling rear suspension, heated front and second row seats, heated steering wheel, and all kinds of driver assist technologies. My tester includes heated and ventilated front and second row seats, rain-sensing wipers, leather upholstery, dual sunroofs, camera-based rearview mirror, head-up display, massaging driver's seat, and a self-parking feature. Its $56,599 price isn't pocket change, but the general impression is that you're sitting in something that's several $1,000s more. All Palisades use a 3.8-liter V6 that makes 291 horsepower and 262 foot-pounds of torque, mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. It has good acceleration, both from a stop or highway passing, and the transmission is smooth. All-wheel drive is standard. It primarily drives the front wheels, but can send up to 50% of power to the rear wheels when needed for extra traction. The steering is light, but it's responsive. Handling isn't spectacular, but it's average for the segment. It's got a tight turning circle that makes it easier to get around traffic and parking lots. It can tow up to 5,000 pounds, and a button for tow haul mode is new for this year. The Palisade's cabin is impressive, with comfortable and roomy front and second row seats. The third row is always a compromise in these SUVs, but the Palisades is better than many for legroom, and they're viable for many adults on shorter trips. The cargo area is generous even when the third row is up. That row folds and lifts up electrically, and while the second row seats also power fold, you have to lift them back up manually. I like most of the Palisade's controls, with buttons or dials for the climate functions and drive modes, and hard buttons to pull up the infotainment menus. I'm less fond of the push-button gear shift selector with its off-to-the-side parking button. But the center console, that's a thing of beauty, with lots of storage space, including cup holders that you can fold out of the way when they're not needed, along with a generous console box. The 12.3-inch center touchscreen is easy to use, with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Onboard navigation is standard, and the 2 top trims include a premium audio system. All trims also include a quiet mode, so you can play your tunes up front and not disturb those who are snoozing in the rear. The adaptive cruise control system is tied into the navigation and can proactively slow down if it determines you're coming too quickly into an upcoming curve. I also spent some time with my tester's highway driving assist. It combines adaptive cruise control, which keeps a preset distance from traffic in front, with a lane centering feature. Tied in with the navigation system, it let me take my hands off the wheel for several kilometers on the highway. There's also a lane change feature. If you tap the turn signal, the blind spot monitor first checks to see if it's safe, and then the Palisade moves itself into the adjacent left or right lane. You have to keep your hands on the wheel for it to do so, but you can't try to steer as it does. And that seems a little bit pointless right now. If you're holding the wheel anyway, how much trouble is it to change lanes yourself? and especially when some other automaker systems can do it all on their own. But these are all building blocks for future systems, so it has to start somewhere. The three-row SUV segment has filled up with some pretty impressive vehicles, and the Palisade is ready to take them on. It's a good vehicle, made better with its 2023 upgrades. It's comfortable and nice to drive, and with a price tag that's lower than expected for the luxury it has. If a minivan's not for you, give this Hyundai a look. For Driving.ca, I'm Jill McIntosh. And for more news and reviews, be sure to visit us on Instagram and Twitter.